Hi, thank you so much for tuning in for this Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Lauren Kay Wyatt, your psychic, spiritual advisor, pet psychic, and transformational coach. And our most recent weekly predictions shed light on how important it is to know yourself within a group setting. And I have found, and a lot of my clients have found, that when we are aware of ourselves and what we want and what we need and what our principles are, our values are, it makes interacting with a group of people so much better. And by that, I mean it's less easy to just get swallowed up in the group and to kind of get engulfed by everyone else. And this isn't only about how we are in groups of people, it's also about our individual partnerships and our relationships. It's always great to know who you are and what you stand for, and to also be aware of those areas of growth for you, for us, for you as well. So if you don't know already, every Friday, I have the pleasure of sending my community a newsletter which has the weekly predictions and an accompanying audio transmission on it. And these weekly predictions are able to help us navigate our week, our life, our relationships with love, trust, and confidence. They help us to connect with clarity. And these Wisdom Wednesdays, which is the video that you're watching right now, the purpose of these Wisdom Wednesdays is to assist you in really integrating what comes up during those weekly predictions. And you can think of this as a spiritual coaching companion to the weekly predictions. So if you're not already signed up, please go ahead and do that if you feel called to do so. The link to do that is in the description part of this video. And if you are signed up, thank you so much. It is an honor to serve you on your journey. The weekly predictions assist me just as much as they assist you. Okay, so for this Wisdom Wednesday, I wanted to go a little bit deeper and talk about what happens when you trust yourself. And I'm not sure how this is going to come out. I intend to tune in and channel and just see what happens, trusting, because the key word is trust, trusting that it's exactly what we need to hear. And the reason why that theme came up is because when you know who you are as an individual, it really supports you in having these amazing relationships. And that's because you stay true to who you are, and you don't just go around changing for every circumstance that you're in, because who you are in one group of people could be different from another, and it may not align to what's authentic to you. But as long as you know who you are, you're able to trust yourself and make choices that assist you, and you're able to flow with life. So I'm going to tune in and let's see what happens. To trust yourself is to take a risk. The risk involves you knowing what's right for you without necessarily having the proof of what is right for you. To trust yourself is an act of courage, and to trust yourself assists you in trusting others as well, in trusting and accepting others as they are. And it assists you in attracting trustworthy people to you. The word trustworthy, when someone is trustworthy, they are worthy of your trust. So often, a lot of the lack of trust that we have toward other people stems for the lack of trust that we have within ourselves. Sometimes we want someone to be different from who they actually are, and we do not trust ourselves when our inner guidance system is asking us to leave the relationship, to leave the situation. And so we stay and we continue to get hurt over and over again. We spoke about red flags in the last transmission that came up, and you can think of this as the counterpart or the accompaniment companion to that teaching. So when you trust yourself, you will notice that things flow. You will notice the different themes around you. You will start to be hyper aware of your life. Many people would call this intuition, and it is a kind of intuition. It's where you're in communication with your higher self. Most people may connect to their higher selves, but they only do so at the level of the subconscious. As you begin to trust yourself, you have more of a real and tangible relationship with your higher self. And as you move to trust yourself, you will find these different themes and this different flow of events where you just know that you are in what we call the universal flow. And we encourage you to take time to marvel, to enjoy the universal flow, to relish in the coincidences, or what you would call a synchronicity, to just enjoy the moment and to not be too discouraged if other people do not see your magic or enjoy it with you. This is for you. This is your movie. This is your opportunity to be in gratitude for being the spiritual being that you are and to notice it within your physical body. We come into this life to trust, and to trust in this way, to trust ourselves at this level, is to know your higher self. And when you know your higher self gives you signs letting you know that you are on the right path. The right people show up at the right time. And even situations that you might deem as a failure, when you're connected with your higher self and when you trust yourself, you start to see the reward, the gold, and the beautiful wisdom within these opportunities. Your life in being this spiritual being inside this human body is an act of trust. You came here knowing that it would be hard, knowing that it would be difficult. You came here forgetting who you are, and self-trust is remembering. It is remembering. It is remembering. Wow. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. It certainly enlightened me and recharged my heart, and I hope that it does the same for you. I'm very interested to know your experiences with self-trust, with trust, how this plays out in your relationships, and any questions that you have about this, like if it's hard for you to trust, or where you notice that you resist trust and surrendering to your divine potential. That's a big question, I know, but whatever comes up for you around this, I would love to hear it. Please go ahead, leave a comment. You can always reach out to me privately. You can book a reading, whatever whatever is your next step is absolutely wonderful. So just trust that. And thank you. I am Lauren Kay Wyatt. I am your psychic, your spiritual advisor, your pet psychic, and your transformational coach.